Working now. There we go. Bloody hell. Right, that was a good start. I was checking everything else and I didn't check my microphone. Right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to UK Armed Forces Monday Military Madness Race 6. I am your host, as always, Kevin Ozzy Osborne, and today I have a special co-commentator with me tonight. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, Ray McCarthy, in to help out.
There you go. Yep. So we got Ray with us today. That's going to help me out with the commentary and fight through the race tonight. We're looking like we have a sexy number of riders, 60 odd so far. So yeah, looking like a good turnout tonight for the London Uprising call. So I'll just bring that up on screen so people know what is in store for the riders today. So London Uprising, it's in London, obviously, hence the name. Where it's got a pretty hilly start to start with, going up Fox Hill, then go back down to the flats into central London, have a little jolly around there, and then they finish going up Box Hill. So yeah, another lumpy course for tonight for the riders. So it should be an attritional race for sure. So yeah, it should be a good race for everyone. Like we said there, just got the profile there just to give an idea there what we kind of the riders are working with. So yeah, a pretty hilly course tonight, but with enough numbers out there, hopefully it's riders should at least have some people to hang out with and suffer with groups rather than being on their own. Right, let's move back to the screens. Ray, you got any opinions on tonight's course?
Yeah, I'm just glad I'm not riding it, if I'm honest, Ozzy, because Fox Hill and Box Hill are some tough climbs. There's some really tough climbs. So Fox Hill was average 4.9% for 2.4k. So I think it's don't burn any matches too soon, I think, on the first hill. Save some for that last one on Box Hill, I think. That's my tip for the day on those.
Nice race. And away we go, Ray. Just so you know, my comms, I can't hear you at the moment. You are on, I just can't hear you from my headphones. So you just talk away for a moment while I try and figure that one out while we're watching some riders. I'll just push up to the front for now.
Yeah, sure. So 72 riders or 73 riders. That's a great turnout tonight, that. And straight away, it's already setting off. I can see fire socks going off all over the place. So standards, fast, swift start. It's good to see we've got some RAF and Navy in this as well tonight. Well, let's hope they don't burn too many matches before they get to the bottom of that first climb. Otherwise, it could be a long ride. So picking out some riders I've seen, there's Rob McEwen, right? He'll be one of the favourites for the ride today. We just spotted Mike Goff in there, and Dan Collins, right? That's other strong riders, which I think will
Still
be
struggling with my
at the forefront of this.
My headset, Ray. Sorry, mate. Just let.
You see Phil Cox in there as well, so it looks like someone's just gone off the front. So someone's attacked early here. That's a bold move at 1k to attack out early. As we go through the tunnel now, then this will take you to a nice little steep ramp.
Right. Hopefully, Ray, you can't hear yourself. I can hear you now, but I've had to go through my speakers. So we're back in. Apologies there.
No, it's all good. I can hear
you. Hold on. Problem is everyone. Yeah, it's a joint gig tonight, Ian. Yeah, once I can get my blooming audio to work, that is. But yes, there is 2 of us tonight. We are trying to bounce off each other if my microphone or my headset would work.
2 for the price of 1, Ian. So there we're on Fox Hill now. This is where you start seeing the watts coming out and the pace start pushing up at the front. So this was offered out earlier on Discord of a couple of other riders channels to see if we get some other riders in there and mix it up a little bit. So I can spot Aled Jones in there. He's a Team Not Poggy rider. He'll be definitely one to watch later on. We've got an attack going off the front early here now.
Right, we're good. Yep, attack at the front. Let's jump onto the front, shall we? Who we got there? So Will Mead right at the front. Will Mead taking the front there.
Bold move this early. What's been followed up by Mike Goff and Rob McEwen. Right, they are pumping out some orange numbers to try and catch up now. This is going to be a long individual time trial if he stays away on this Fox Hill. But it's looking like Mike Goff's bridging. He's only 3 seconds off. Dan Collins is pushing it. He's 10 seconds off the lead, so he'll be 7 seconds off Mike Goff. This is a bold move this early on. I've got to say, bold move. Okay, there seems to be a bit of a chase group between up to about 16 seconds, and then there seems to be a pack from 16 to 18 seconds just behind them. So it'll be interesting to see if Mike can bridge this gap. It looks like he's not managing to. I think it was 6.1 watts at the front, 4 watts with the bridge is not going to cut that. But Mike's being joined now, so there's now 2 of them. So hopefully they'll be able to work together and bridge that gap to the front. Although he's gone straight past Mike without any without him jumping on. Yeah, just looking in the chat, big up Phil Cox. Yeah, definitely. He's had a cracking weekend if you have a look at his Flamme Rouge racing results. So I don't know if he's got it in his legs to do something tonight, but let's hope so. This is an immense attack, this. He's putting time into everyone. He's got 15 seconds to Mike Goff now. The difference with Fox Hill is as you get near the top, the steeper parts are coming. So that's why you can't burn your matches a little bit too early, because you've still got to hold something back for these more red sections. But Will Mead seems to be dancing up this 6 watts per kilo, and he's got a 12-second lead to those in second place. It's looking like the main pack is anywhere between 30 and 40 seconds. So it's quite hard to tell when they're on a climb like this because there's not much drafting. So it's all effort till you get to the top. But I think the downhill and the flat between Fox Hill and Box Hill is probably when a lot of that big group regroups, starts working together to maybe pull some of this back. But it's looking like Flow Cycle, right, for one of the TMP riders is bridging this. He's doing well. 3 seconds. He's brought that down. It's 7.5 watts per kilo he's doing there. And that was an epic bridge. At one point, he had 16 seconds on him there, so that was a really good catch. That just as they got to the top of the hill. And it looked like Mike Goff sat up with the to wait for the rest of the pack. So that him and Dan Collins are quite close together. Quite a long descent, this. There's about a 3K descent. So a little bit of time to kind of spin off a bit of that lactic in the legs. But then it's quite a large flat section, or rolling section, I'd like to call it. It's not exactly flat. But they'll go back onto the train tracks, up the escalator, and then back into around London. Well, these two seem to be working together now, which is probably worrying for the rest of the pack. I think the rest of the pack need to get themselves sorted. So you've got Mike Goff is sat probably 6 or 7 seconds ahead of Dan Collins. Is it worth him sitting up and letting Dan Collins, Jay Anderson, Rob McEwen, and the rest of that pack come together, and then they can roll off the front with each other and maybe have something more of a fighting chance? Because these two out front at the moment are proving that they're really strong. They're really, really strong. I see some attacking going on the downhill now. Flame socks, so people are trying to get away from each other. That'll be Breaks, the Royal Navy rider. He just wants to get a bit of super tuck and rest those legs, I suppose. He's also trying to bridge to the group ahead, I would say. The one that's got Aled Jones and G Jones in there. Yeah, just looking at the chat, Ian, there is a long way to go on this. That was a very, very early attack. And I will be surprised if that sticks. I think the Rob McEwen group up near the top, I think they're a pretty strong group, which I think they'll work together to kind of bridge that gap. So another group that's just kind of crested the climb now. Now time to shake their legs off a little bit as they come down. So this group of three here, I really need to, once they get to the bottom of this climb, just kind of get into some kind of rhythm and just roll off each other, because the group in front of them, it's only 30 seconds. And you'd be surprised when they get to Fox Hill, how it'll spread out again. So
Right.
there'll be opportunity to pick riders off
I think
as you
I'm
go up
back.
Fox Hill, those that have maybe burnt a few matches too early.
Right, I think I'm back. I'm having all sorts of audio dramas. My
You are
end.
back.
Yeah, there we go. Apologies. I was having absolutely nightmare with my headphones. We were talking about how much we like Apple on that, and yet it's the Apple AirPods that have let me down. But here we go. Apologies, everyone. Hope I've seen your bar keep moving up and down, so I know you've been talking at least anyway, and trying to engage and make up for my lack of chat. Right, where are we anyway? We're around 26th at the moment. We can just look at the front of the race currently. We've got Will Mead.
Yeah, we've got Will Mead and Phil Cycle out at the front.
Yeah, bossing at the front there.
34-second gap, yeah.
And where is our other rider? Where is he? Where is he? That's Will.
So behind them, you've got Mike Goff sat in third place.
Yeah, there we go. Mike with Dan Collins. I know Dan has always been trying to challenge him as well, actually. So it's good to see that he's managing to hold his will as well, which is pretty awesome. But Dan, I know it's been probably been a bit of a challenge of his to try and keep with Mike, because there's been a few times during this whole Monday Military series that that he has tried to keep on Mike's will, and then unfortunately has dropped off right towards the end. So that's great to see him back in and giving him a run for his money, that's for sure.
Yeah, Rob McEwen's in the mix there as well. I think he's always a danger, isn't he? Unless he gets a disconnect.
Yeah. Don't, you're going to jinx it now, and if it happens, he's going to hunt you down, mate. So, right.
It's all right. He's already not speaking to me, so that's all right.
That's good. Okay. So we got on the screen, we've got the Rob McEwen group at the moment. Yep. What's that? So there's about 40 seconds between these lot and Will Mead, which is pretty good. Right, while we're watching them, let's see let's see what we else got down.
This could be a dangerous group if we work together.
What other nice numbers have we got? There we go. Got a Dan Davey.
We got Dan Davey.
Yeah. I know he's one of your new recruits.
Yeah, I'm always, so although I'm an army rider, I always poach for the civvy team that I ride for, which you'll see some of the Team Not Poggy guys in here tonight.
Yeah, and then we've got a bit further about Tom Dobson. I know, so some of these riders, not sure if you already mentioned as well, actually, Ray, but some of these riders will be racing tomorrow in the Zwift Racing League as well. And I know Tom is one of them riders that's racing tomorrow night in the Zwift Racing League. So it's good to see that some of these riders are trying to, get both fitted in.
Yeah, I was a bit worried that some people are going to be racing 2 nights off the bounce, knowing how intense this one is and intense tomorrow is. So maybe they've not looked at tomorrow's race yet.
Yeah, maybe actually that's probably a fair point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see. I think we've got a couple of women in here that I've seen.
I think that's what I've got one
so
there.
We've got
actually,
Polly Milsom.
Polly Milson, I don't.
And Kirsty Spriggs, RAF.
Yeah, Kirsty's. I think Kirsty's who we've got on. Yeah, Kirsty at the moment.
Yeah.
RAF. Who was the other one you mentioned?
A little bit further forward is Polly Milsom.
Polly Milson. Let's see.
Sat about 26th.
Okay, cool. Oh, quite ahead then. Nice.
Yeah.
Got Ness Wilson. I'll be around there. Oh, there you go.
There she is. Got him here.
Oh no, that's John. That's not Polly. There we go. Only 4 seconds from that group in front. She might be able to catch back on. Actually,
yeah, a little dig and especially on these flatter sections. This is where you need to bury yourself a little bit just to get back onto the group, because the benefit is massive.
Yeah, sometimes, like I said, the draft is is definitely a benefit. You get yeah. The sooner you can get back in it, the more chance you've got to recover and still make good speed.
It's good to see Old Evo in here as well. Old Evo in here. I'm sure he's streaming as well.
Yeah, Old Man Evo will be. No, I'm pretty sure I saw him in the starting pens. Where have we got? There he is, Old Man Evo, chilling with another army rider there. Let's see if I can get the tags back on and actually correct. Give me a second. There you go, Phil as well. Good stuff. Yeah. So
Yeah,
some
that
riders were
ramp's
already
quite cheeky.
12.2 at the front. Looking at the front of the well, the chasing group anyway, 12.2 kilometers. Total distance is 20.9. So they are probably getting to that point now where they're going to be going back to the Box Hill climb. It's quite short, actually. Well, I mean to say it's quite short. The climb does take a while, but yeah, it's a relatively shortish course, really. Got one of the riders there dropping a draft. Was that Rob that we saw, or was that one of the other riders? Mike, I think it was Mike Goff.
Yeah, just looking at Will Mead is averaging 4.8 watts per kilo for this so far. So he's definitely put the hammer down from the start.
Yeah, he's gone out like a man on a mission, and has continued that way throughout. What else we got? Where's
Yeah, so we've got about 4 or 5k to the bottom of Box Hill. And these are looking at 47-second gap. So if they can maintain that to the bottom of the hill, I think they'll stay away. The way they climbed Fox Hill, unless they've burnt anything, I think we're probably looking at a 2-horse race there.
No, I agree. I mean,
but you never know.
They still are pulling away. They are, they're still slowly dragging themselves away still. But you're right. The way that they went up that climb. And I was trying to watch whilst I was fanning around with everything else. The way that they were climbed that first climb, it was they dropped them very early. So unless they have completely blown a gasket, it is going to be hard to chase these ones down. But it'll be interesting this chasing pack to see what of the Mike Goff group, of what becomes of that. That's for sure. That's probably the last spot for the podium there, and they'll be trying to get that. With actually, if I move over, I've just caught something quite interesting. Ron McEwen has already started to lay down his claim. Already trying to pull away from the group, and typically that might go off doing what he can to catch back on.
Yeah, as soon as you see orange numbers, you know he's just not letting them get away, is he? He's going to try and pull that back. But it's only 2 seconds. 2 seconds on this flat is nothing really, especially because there's five or six of them in that group.
No, I agree. And with Mike, to be honest, probably doesn't really actually need to do anything to close that group, that gap anyway, because Mike probably, and there's no shade thrown at Rob, but Mike is probably the stronger of the two when it comes to climbs. So actually, Mike could have probably been a bit smarter there. Maybe let the other riders do the work, and then just done what Mike does on the climb. So that did, So that did close the gap though. That was these managed to close 7 seconds there on the Will Mead group. So it's not. So I don't know. Maybe that's what Rob's intent was. I don't know. Yeah, now push on. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Rob was actually trying to get some motivation from that group to close this gap down. Because in theory, larger group, you should be able to get the speed more. More people be able to work at the front and take a turn. So you could argue that if this group was organised, they could close that gap down with the Will Mead group.
Well, they've just took 7 seconds off them in that last little dig there. So this is a bold move to get them going. And you're looking at Box Hill. The faster times are going to be hitting like the low 5 minutes. So I think if these do push it, they could get. They're already under 40 seconds now. So I think they're on a mission now, aren't they?
I think Rob definitely is on a mission. You can see there in one of the comments there that Dan Collins made was ZRL tomorrow, which was a risk of having this ride today. Was that it clashes with ZRL? Mike's claiming that is okay. It's interesting to see Mike's comment there, but yeah, maybe then Rob needs to think, well, if they're not going to do it, why should I? But it's good to see that at least one. Yeah,
Both
there you
Rob
go.
and
Can
Mike.
try. Look, it's a typical Rob there.
Yeah.
Drive there to try and make something work. He's really keen to get this going and do something at least, rather than just. Which is good to see. You know, sometimes I'm not saying no. Again, no shade thrown at any of the other riders, but it is good to see that some riders don't just settle and do try and do something. Good luck. Sorry.
I see that, yeah. But they've just took 15 seconds off them in the last, say, K and a half. So, right, the gauntlet's been laid down, hasn't it?
Yeah, so that might even spur some of the other riders on there. You know, if you see something like that, maybe, you know, I would probably even think, all right, okay, flexing a little bit. Let's see what we can do.
Interestingly, obviously, you mentioned ZRL. I don't think Mike or Rob are in ZRL teams, so I don't think they care. Well, I think the rest of the group that are with them are probably in ZRL teams and are hoping to save a bit for tomorrow. So unless Mike and Rob are going to do all the pulling, we don't know.
Yeah, no, I agreed. Yeah, it is going to be like some riders are going to be definitely thinking about tomorrow, and that is probably a large drive on how they race tonight. Which,
But yeah, 35 seconds is nothing to be sniffed at with this climb to come. I think some of the Mike could potentially climb Fox Hill 35 seconds faster than those two.
I agree. Right. Let's just have a quick. Well, we will keep an eye on them, but we will move.
Drop down now into the subway bit now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. There you go. Switch back over. There we go. Yeah, coming into the subway now.
Yeah, so drop down into the subway. They'll have a little bit of open country bit, and then the climb. The start of the climb comes.
So yeah, let's quickly switch over to that lead group then. So yeah, so they are just coming out of the subway now, and they're going to be starting their climb, and they're pushing 4.7, 4.3. So they are. But then Rob, if we're looking at the other screen as well, we've got Rob and the gang 5.1. He is really driving this, and there is a lot of riders that are just. We've got a little train actually. If I switch back over again, we have just got this line of riders. That's almost like TT stuff going on there. That's almost a good line for a TTT.
Yeah, but it seems to be this same two riders, Rob and Mike, keep going to the front to try and push it. Now, these two are no joke at the front. They're still doing 6 watts per kilo, 5 watts per kilo. So they've definitely not burnt all their matches early. But unlike Fox Hill, I think this is a bit more gradual.
Yeah.
So you can kind of ease into this one a little bit better, I think.
Yeah, you could even argue at some points there's actually an opportunity to draft as well on the Fox Hill on the Box Hill climb.
Yes, yeah, and the orange bits. Sorry, the yellowy orange bits. But yeah, they've pulled it out again. They were at the 41 seconds. They did have it down to 35 earlier. So these are starting to pull away. Well, they're disorganized at the back where they're just hoping 2 people will do the work.
Yeah, agreed. Be interested to see this gap once they start the climb. So where we got, they are just getting to. Let me move my camera. Oh. So yeah, they're just getting to that part now where we switch to right, and then up we go. Mike, is that Mike at the front? Mike is at the front.
Yeah, he's trying to bridge it solo, isn't he?
For sure. And then, but I think it's probably looking at what we're 18.7 Ks at the front there. So we're talking just over 2 Ks to go for that lead group. So 2 Ks is a lot to try and claw back. But Mike,
yeah, and it looks like Mike's got a 5-second lead on the group that he was with as well, so they've all broke up now.
Yeah, Mike did what I thought he's done what what Mike's good at on the climbs. Fortunately, it looks like Rob's efforts have now just dropped him back. But hey, look, he tried something, and you gotta credit him there for giving it a bash. That's for sure.
He's always in there. He's always in the mix, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, and so that's Mike. Off he goes, and so what we got? Yeah, just over 2Ks for Will and Flow Cycle. That's probably that's probably all. That will probably be how it's going to finish now. It'll probably be a good idea just to keep an eye on these two, just to see how the finish plays out. If I didn't notice actually. Sorry, right. So TMP Flow Cycle. Yeah, I didn't actually realise that.
Yeah, and the thing about this one as well is people don't realise. They think it's at the top of the climb, but actually, there's a little bit of a descent once you get to the
flat
top.
Part to it.
So you can't give it all beans to just hit the banner at the top. You've got to keep going. I've seen a few people in the past who have sprinted for that banner, then not realised it's a little bit further on.
Yeah, no, agreed. But fortunately for these riders today, it should be because the finish is the banner itself. It's the top of Box Hill. So
Oh, brilliant!
So fortunately for these riders, that is the finish. But like I said, sorry, Ray, if you can hear that in the background. What was I saying? Yeah, so we've so it should be interesting to see how these sprint out at the end there, and who's actually got the sprinting legs at the end. Because you're right, normally you'd probably just try and save yourself a little bit if you knew the course and you knew that you've got another cheeky up before you go down. But because this finishes at the banner, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what these two do. Well, we look at Mike Goff.
Yeah, so these have only got a couple 100 meters. Yeah, I think he's probably sealed the third spot.
I think so. I think behind we've got G Jones and Jay Anderson there. They don't seem to be making any. It seems to just be Mike does what he does, gets that gap, and then just maintains that for the most part. Doesn't necessarily continue pulling away, but just manages to maintain it and then responds to what any other rider does. It's like he keeps an eye on the gap, and then if he has to do a burst, he'll do a burst. But yeah. Right. Oh, let's not worry about that. Let's put that one back on there, and let's switch back over to these guys.
Right, these are approaching the finish. So we're going to see an uphill sprint finish.
That's what I'm thinking. Flow Cycle.
If he's sat in the perfect position there, Flow Cycle, he's not at the front. I mean, now Will's got to anticipate the attacks more than anything, hasn't he?
Yeah, agreed. What we're saying, looking at heart rates, because Ian's just put a point there. We've got Will sitting at 179, so he's close to the red there, whereas Flow Cycle is looking at a heart rate wise anyway, relatively more comfortable. So you would say, looking at the heart rates, that that Flow may be able to push a bit more. He's sitting comfortable at the moment, whereas Will may not have the sprint in him. But that's we've got 400 meters to go. It pretty much flattens off around this bend here. So yeah, should be interesting to see what happens. Just one on the.
I think the difference being is Flow Cycle's 56 kilos to 74 kilos to Will. So who's the sprinter of the two?
Yeah, true. Well, there you go. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Flow's gone. 15 watts per kilo.
Has he gone early?
Has he gone early? Has Will got anything left? He's got orange numbers yet. No, Will looks like he has backed off there. It looks like it, yeah. Flo has got the win there. Well done to Flo. And well done to Will for second there. We'll switch over. Let me just drop that camera down somewhere. And then we'll switch over. Mike.
And that was it. That was an average of 4.6 watts per kilo for that whole race. So that was an epic effort.
Yeah, that was pretty epic. And then just in over 30 minutes as well. So that was for that. I mean, I'd probably be still getting to the bottom of this climb, probably me, but they really bossed that one. It went hard from the start, and it continued that way, didn't it? The difference was really made quite early on there. You can see this was actually one of the
Yeah, and
courses
it's
that
not very often Mike Goff's not first, isn't it?
no, and we did before coming live. We did talk about if there was a challenger to Mike Goff, and we got a few. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's good to
right.
see.
That's
It'll push him as well.
yeah, no, and that's good. Yeah, it's good for him. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, who are we looking at? Rob McGowan, just sitting pretty eighth at the moment and just getting his way up the climb. May have to be conscious of any riders that are behind him. James breaks out Royal Navy. No, seems to be closing in though. Rob is sitting now around 1 watts per kilo, but he is coming to the flat part now with a finish line just round the corner. So that will be him. Right, let's just find. Oh, we've got Alid Jones. I've just seen him on my camera. Alid is on the race.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. He's only 3 seconds off them, so I wonder if he's going to put a dig in to try and get those two riders ahead of him. He's got a hell of a sprint. He's got a 15 watt per kilo sprint in him.
Yeah, he's got a good sprint. That is for sure. Is he closing in enough though? I think these two have got it there for the finish.
Yeah.
Mike's just gone on chat GG and Will, and it was a good ride for sure. Let's work our way down the pack, shall we? We'll just go through Alid there. Let me go. Mike Lapchin.
You got Mike Lacklin. There's Phil Cox.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you're still there, Ray. My comms have gone silent again. I'm not sure if that's you or me.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah,
right.
see, we've got Phil Cox coming in now. Yeah,
Phil
so,
coming up.
He's had a big weekend doing FRR.
That was Alid Gar. Yeah, right. Let's find another rider. So I'm just flicking between my two channels, just seeing what else we got. Let's switch over. So yeah, on his way. We've got a nice little group of riders here with Russ Miller. Russ, Costa and Pierre. Gravelburn. A nice name. They are just then. Yeah, Russ there. Russ, I believe, I can't remember actually on the team sheet for tomorrow. I'm pretty sure Russ is riding tomorrow. I think Phil's doing the same as well. So
yeah, I think they are. Yeah,
maybe I should have picked a flatter course.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing. I think now you're racing more, you're realizing how brutal you've been with some of your route selections.
Yeah, maybe. In my defence, I picked the courses like 5 months ago, so I didn't know when ZRL was going to come round again. I knew it would roughly when it was going to come, but you'd never know with ZRL sometimes, do you?
No, you don't. But you know what? For a Monday night, 73 riders a night before ZRL's fantastic numbers.
Oh yeah, no, it's yes, no, I'm quite happy with the turnout. There's a lot of riders out there wanting to pick or jump on this disgusting course. So yeah, some people must enjoy suffering. Got old man Evo. There he is. Looks like he also is doing FRR by his handle at the moment. K. I know that's one of the groups in the Flamme Rouge racing, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, all of the groups are peppers, I believe, different pepper spices. Yeah, so like habanero.
He's
I don't know what K is.
The owls in at the moment.
He is, yeah. He's doing a lot of streamings. He's got a lot of content to watch if anyone wants to go and watch it.
And switch over. We've just got Phil now crossing the line. Well done to Phil.
We're not going to see a standard Phil Cox sprint today, are we?
No. And I don't blame him.
No, he's going to save some legs for tomorrow.
There's going to be a lot of sprinting tomorrow. Right, who else we got? So we got, what else we got down the line? M Rivers, Remy Rider there. Marty Gerard, I know he rides with the D's for the Warriors.
Yeah, that's Marty Gerard. He's a Rams rider.
Who else we got down the line? Let's just flick through a few more riders, shall we?
So you got Patty the Flying Rhinos down there, infantry rider.
Patty,
and John Bissett.
John Bissett. All right, let's look who we can find. John, shall we? Oh, there's John. Hold on, I should switch screen. There's John. I'm still in London, but
Yeah,
hey.
unfortunately, still got the climb to go. Unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I feel bad. But yeah, he's still putting a graft in though. Looking at his heart rate and stuff like that, he's definitely grafting away.
Yeah, it's all good work on the build up to the eRacing series, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
so I'm guessing the RAF Chinooks is the name of one of the ZRL teams.
Right.
I think they've got RAF Typhoons, haven't they? Chinooks. Yeah. So
yeah, no, bang on there. Yeah, so they've got so the RAF do have their team as well. So yeah, that will be what their names are. I'm pretty sure of it. Let me just see. I'm just going to bring up see what we've got the provisional results coming through on Zwift Power. Let's have a look at what live says. Live says, there we go. Right. We'll switch over. So there we go. Yeah. So provisionally then, yeah, Flo coming in first, averaging 4.7 watts per kilo. We've got Will second there. Same again, 4.8. He probably did most of the work looking at the climb and that.
yeah, definitely.
And then we got Mike.
He did. I did look at I looked at the prems as well just before, and for as much as he did a lot of the work on the climb, I think Flo did a lot of the bridging because he climbed that first climb just a little bit quicker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look. Actually, so we've got the prems up. Yeah. Fastest time. Oh, so actually, yeah, Mike Goff got the fastest there. 3 seconds on him. Yeah, you're right. And Flo actually got the faster on the Foxhill, so he must have just sat back and then, or must have been at the back of the pack before he went off. Alid Doe, he came in 5th actually on that start.
Yeah, he needs to not burn as many matches for ZRL tomorrow.
Yeah.
Don't want to hear any excuses.
No, it looks like as well some of the other riders decided to contend for the male sprint. I don't know if it was intentional or what, but Old Man Evo got second there on the reverse sprint.
Oh,
with
nice.
Jim B. So I don't know if they were contending it or what, but yeah, right, yeah. So we had so first, second, and third. Then George Jones in at 4th, Dan Collins 5th, and then Vintador, Rob McEwen, James Breaks. Hamper McLeod Katniss, and then Alid Jones in the top 10 there. So yeah, we've got 29 Polly. Oh, there you go, Polly Milsom just coming in 29th there, and still that's some good average watts per kilo. Bear in mind, going up the climb and that 3.5 watts per kilo is a good average to go up there for sure. I mean, I don't think I'd be able to do them numbers up 2 times up the box and Fox anyway. And yeah, looking good. There's quite a few riders still out on course. I mean, this isn't updated anyway for everyone that's coming through, but it's good to see. We've got, looking at the map itself, got a few riders still not yet on the climb. Someone looks like they stopped on the climb, and then yeah, we've just got some more of the stragglers just coming through, which yeah, good race overall. We are 45 minutes nearly. Good stuff. No. Oh, and I've done that. So what we do actually, because this is what I've been doing for the last couple of ones actually, is just do a quick chat about what's coming up, because Monday Military Madness may be over, but the Army Cycling E-Race Series is coming up. So if anyone is watching, you don't want to see that. That is the thing I don't want people to see. There we go. So yeah, Army Cycling E-Race Series coming up. For those that are watching, I'm not checking on the numbers watching, but for those that are, that is coming up, starting, well, unofficially it's starting next week, because we've got the what we call in the pre-deployment race. So that is kind of literally a it is a 2 laps, all go all out for the finish kind of thing. It's to try and help riders establish their Zwift racing score, which is what this series is working on. So it should hopefully give people a bit of a gauge on what categories they should be in prior to then the race start, or the series starting proper on the 20th of October. And then for 6 weeks, we have then races every Monday to basically, crown a points champion, a GC champion, a sprint and KOM across 4 different categories, A, B, C, or D, based off of your Swift Racing Score category. And just give you an idea, I've kind of got it on the screen there, but that is the boundaries that we have for the categories. So for those riders that are jumping in and joining this series, don't be confused with the difference between your pace category and the category that ZRS, the Swift Racing Score, allows you in. They are different things. So what you need to look at is your CS Swift Racing Score, ZRS, and then whatever it sits in, you jump into that category. So that's kind of like how we're working. Got the points competition that essentially is based off of your finishing points and your sprint KOM points. Your best 3 scores across all 6 races will count towards that. General classification is based on the total time. It will, for those riders that miss out, you get the slowest time for the category you're in. So if you are unable to race for whatever reason, you will still have a GC time. It will just be the slowest time of that category. And then if you do end up moving categories, your GC time will be adjusted to the average of the new category you're in as well, just to try and give people still a chance to ride and place themselves. Then we've got a sprint competition. So there are sprint segments and there's KOM segments, and you get points depending on the profile of the course for the sprint. Or for KOM, it's based off of the classification of the climb. And each race will tells you what the category of the climb is. I may not see it so well in that graphic there, but that graphic gives you the number of the category of the climb, so you know what ones are being scored on. All results will live on this website that you're looking at now. So you won't see anything potentially now, he says. I'm going to be confident there, but it's all blank at the moment. But once they get processed, they will get put into there. So this will be the one place to get all the results and all that kind of good stuff. Is there anything else really I need to talk about? Army Champs coming up as well, 8th of December. That's 1 night, 3 races, 3 mini races. All 3 races count towards your overall score position. We've got a individual time trial, so time trial bikes only for Mercury Madness for 13 kilometers. A crit race, 4 laps around the LaGuardia Loop. And then a road race, which is the greatest London Loop reverse, which is 6.9 Ks, but you're going up the climb, why have I gone blank? It's not Fox, it's not Box. It's, I want to say, Keith. It's either Keith or Leaf, but the bigger climb in London. That's the one. So yeah, for those that are interested though and are new, you can check out this website anyway. We'll put the description in the link to the description. It does give you a getting new to ACRS, kind of how it all works, and then a setup guide for those that are new, what you need. If you want to use the Watt Bike trainers that are in the gym as well, gives you an idea of how to get that all connected and all that good stuff as well. So yeah, and just time that actually as nope, Katie Spriggs just crossed. I keep saying Katie, it's Kirsty, isn't it? Crosses the finish line.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So yeah, anything you want to add, Ray, before we call it?
No, I'm just really looking forward to the kind of season starting next week, or the pre-deployment. I think it's really important for those that are watching that have never raced before is make sure you jump on and do the pre-deployment thing, or you might find yourself in the wrong category when the race 1 starts on the 20th of October. Oh, apologies. But yeah, I think it's looking at the courses, Ozzy, I think it's a real great mix of courses, from sprint courses to some rolling to some more hilly ones, back to sprints, and then as always finishing on a mountain stage, which always puts a cat amongst the pigeons, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, I agree for sure. So we try and make a fair mix to try and accommodate all different abilities. We appreciate we can't get everyone, but we try and do our best at least anyway. And we have kind of like, at least one of each or two of each kind of style. So flat, kind of lumpy, and then hilly. But we always put like the final hilly one is normally the real challenge one. But yeah, I think that's all. I didn't hear you start there, Ray, because typically my audio went again. And I got caught only the back end of what you said there, mate.
I'm getting hammered in the chat off Ian. He says I'm the new Gary Neville.
Oh, good. Well, yeah, but you've already had positive things to say. Gary's quite negative normally, isn't he?
Yeah. And I don't think many people know I'll be doing majority of the commentary on this next lot of series while you're away. So this was a dry run through.
Yeah, and I think you took the reins pretty well. Bear in mind that I pretty much just threw you in the deep end there with my conveniently timed audio dramas. You stepped up, and so thank you for the help anyway tonight, Ray. But yeah, I think we'll call it there a night anyway. So that's me signing off, and I'll have a good night, everyone. Cool. Have a good one. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.